Humanity's first attempt to reach the moon lasted 73.6 seconds. Date: August 17, 1958. Then, at 12:18 UTC on August 17, 1958, a Thor-Able rocket lifted off from Launch Complex 17A at Cape Canaveral, carrying Able 1, later known as Pioneer 0. It was the first attempt by any nation to send a spacecraft beyond Earth orbit, and the first attempt to send a spacecraft to the moon. It never came close. Just 73.6 seconds after liftoff, the Thor first stage exploded about 9 miles above Earth. NASA's historical account says investigators traced the failure to a turbopump gearbox problem. Telemetry apparently continued briefly after the explosion before the spacecraft fell into the Atlantic. Now, 2026. 68 years later, America's lunar objective has changed from simply reaching the moon to building the infrastructure for sustained operations there. NASA now describes a phased plan for a moon base near the lunar South Pole, including surface mobility, communications, power, habitats, and robotic reconnaissance. One planned mission, Moonfall, targets 2028 and would send 4 flying drones to map potential landing areas around the lunar South Pole in extraordinary detail. And human lunar flight is no longer theoretical again. Artemis II returned safely on April 10, 2026, after carrying 4 astronauts around the moon aboard Orion. That produces a remarkable progression. 1958. We couldn't get a probe past 74 seconds. 1969. Humans walked on the moon. 2026. Humans have traveled around it again. Next. Build the infrastructure to stay. Why it matters. Space history can make success look inevitable. It wasn't. The first ever moon mission failed almost immediately. More Pioneer attempts failed after it. Engineers kept analyzing failures, fixing hardware, and trying again. 11 years after Pioneer 0 exploded over Cape Canaveral, astronauts were standing on the lunar surface. That is the real story. Apollo began with failure long before it became triumph. Follow along as we connect the stories of the past with the present. Like and subscribe for daily then and now moments.